Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is a very historic day. King Charles III from Britain, if I have to explain that to you, um, sorry, um, just gave a speech to the joint session of Congress in Washington, D.C. I watched it and was very frankly very, very impressed. And I felt so good about having someone who is so eloquent and wise, brilliant, and also very calm speak to us today. I hope you could see this image I just put up on the screen. It is of Charles speaking to Congress at the podium there. And what I wanted to tell all of you or express to all of you is that um, whether or not you follow the monarchy, this was a historic moment worth noticing. All right. As far as um, the presence of the King of England, I mean, he gives you, or he um, exudes a commanding presence with calm confidence and delivered his speech in a measured but unmistakable regal bearing. All right. It's hard to even fathom that most of the people, well, hopefully, most of our representatives in Congress understood his language. He was speaking English, of course, um, because, he doesn't dumb down his language. He speaks very eloquently. Now, um, but one thing is for sure is that no matter how people deliver their message, some people speak loudly for attention. I think you know who I'm referring to. While others command a room through dignity and composure. Think about that. There was a recent television episode on 60 Minutes. I think it was on Sunday. I think that's generally when 60 Minutes airs, and the president of the United States was being interviewed, and his demeanor was far from dignified, nor did he conduct himself with any composure. All right. But you know what? I'm going to go away from this comparison. I just want to talk about the eloquence of King Charles III. His language is thoughtful and his phrasing is polished. He spoke, well, every sentence he spoke felt deliberate, intelligent, and meaningful. The true elo- eloquence or true eloquence is not just fancy words, it is clarity with purpose. All right? Clarity with purpose. All right? As a leader, um, His speech reflected his wisdom. He knew his history, or he knew our history and world history. He's a very learned man. Um, and he has a vast understanding of world affairs, of actual world affairs. He has, well, he showed a balanced view, and he has a tradition with modern relevance. What I mean by that is he refers to the modern day. He goes back to history and cites relevant facts, and he relates that to the modern day. All right. His leadership was revealed, his wonderful leadership was revealed through his tone, his restraint, and the substance of his message. All right, now, why does this matter? Why is this such an important um, speech, an event to make note of? Okay. In a very noisy world full of division and shouting, his speech offered grace and steadiness. Listeners of the speech, including myself, felt a sense of reassurance and respect. Let me say that again. Listeners, including myself, probably felt, I know I felt, a sense of reassurance and respect. Many moments of the speech resonated very deeply, and the dignity of his words um, made you feel his conviction, and I connected with that. Whether it was about our need to back Ukraine, that Ukraine deserves our support, that our our environment needs to be taken seriously. Um, that is one area that affects the entire world. Charles has been a supporter of the environment even when it wasn't popular. It's not popular in the United States apparently when um, the government is trying to, I don't know, take away the Department of Forestry and our national parks. Those are, and he even mentioned President Roosevelt, who started the national parks um, department to preserve our natural wonders in the United States. So, and he also spoke very clearly about the fact that we must all respect everyone without prejudice, their spiritual beliefs, and to respect the dignity of all human beings, all citizens. They deserve our respect and to come together, whether, um, no matter what your religion might be, or, and he even mentioned, or if you don't have a religion, it is only right to love and respect all people. So, to summarize what King Charles III expressed and how his presence made a very big difference today in um, Washington, in Congress, in front of all the representatives of our government, except for the president, is that one can be and should be conducting themselves with dignity, intelligence, wisdom, express themselves with eloquence, and show a regal strength. Yes, in the United States, we do not have kings. We don't have a king. But that doesn't mean that all of our citizens can't conduct themselves with dignity and class, to be perfectly honest. So, whatever your politics or views on royalty are, today reminded us that words, when delivered well, still have power. All right. I thank you so much for listening to my podcast today. And I hope that you have a chance to hear and see a video of the King's speech. Thank you so much. Have a great day.